Whenever you show up to your company and you eventually get to your team, if your team sergeant asks you if his team was the number one choice, you better say yes. If you say anything else, you're going to get your shit pushed in for the next 6 months or so. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Jay. I'm an Active Duty Green Beret, slowly inching my way towards retirement. The intent behind this channel is to share my knowledge and wisdom with current and future SOF operators. So if you haven't done so already, like and subscribe to help me reach that goal. I appreciate it. Guys, today we are going to discuss the 6 type of specialty teams that you might have a chance to go into as a newly graduate of the qualification course. So in a special forces company, you have 6 total teams. Each one of those teams have a specialty. The specialty that that team has correlate with a infiltration platform. So the first one you have is going to be your 1 team. So for the sake of simplicity, I'll just use third group, right? So 3-1-1-1. The number 1 is typically used to identify a direct action team. Direct action, how that correlates to infiltration is they typically land on the X using helicopters and they exfil off the X using helicopters. Typically, your DA teams will work with commandos downrange. Often they'll deploy to work with tier 1 elements in foreign countries. They are CQB heavy and also sniper heavy. As a new guy, more than likely, if you end up going to a 1 team, you'll find yourself going to SFORTIC, if not CIFSIC, within 6 months of being on that team. Let's move on to your number 2 team. The 2 signifies that I am on a mountain team. As a new guy, you definitely can find yourself going to a mountain team. Once you get to a mountain team, you typically have anywhere from 6 months to a year before you go to mountain school. You have 2 separate levels. You have level 2s and you have level 3s. When I had my special forces team, I was a level 2 mountaineer qualified guy. Moving on to your 3 team, 3-1-1-3. The 3 signifies a mobility team. Those guys train on a lot of ground vehicles. Those guys will go to Griffin Group and a bunch of different schools that teach them how to drive different vehicles. Those guys typically convoy everywhere they go downrange. Let's move on to your 4 teams. So for example, 3-1-1-4. The 4 signifies a Halo team. That's a new guy's dream. Show up and the company sergeant major asks you, hey, where do you want to go? You're automatically going to tell them that you want to go to a Halo team. Don't fucking do that. If for by any chance you end up on a Halo team, just know within 6 months of being there, if you're not Halo qualified, you're going to end up going to Halo school. Now, your Halo team typically is the most senior team in the company. It's full of senior dudes. They often recruit from the other teams, picking their more senior guys to go on the Halo team because once you're there, the team sergeant doesn't have time to baby you and develop you and do any of that. He's looking for senior dudes that he can trust to put out of the airplane, and he can trust that they're not going to do something dumb up there to get somebody hurt. Not saying that you can't get a Halo team right out the course, but it is very unlikely. Now, your number 5 team, for example, 3-1-1-5, that is going to be your scuba team. Different from your Halo team, those guys don't necessarily have to be senior. They just want anybody that has a scuba bubble. Dive school is pretty hard to pass. They can't really be picky as far as who gets to join that team. Those dudes are normally pretty solid, mainly because they're in shape. But I often tell them, hey man, just because you're in shape doesn't make you a good fucking SF guy. Last but not least, guys, you have your 6 team, 3-1-1-6. That's typically reserved for your secret squirrel dudes. Guys, again, like I mentioned, when you show up to the company, don't automatically think that you're going to get put in one of these high speed or Halo scuba type team. Just show up in process and take whatever you get. I hope this information was helpful, guys. Again, I know the ODA numbers can be somewhat confusing, so tomorrow I will put out another video detailing exactly how to break down the ODA numbers so you know exactly where you are going to serve or where your buddies serve, and you can explain that to your family so they have a better understanding of special forces and how to identify if somebody is special forces or not. I appreciate you guys watching me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.